For a lot of new coaches, the hardest and most confusing part about marketing is navigating the transition from complete stranger to new client. When I first started my coaching practice, I used networking to find clients and get referrals, but after 6 exhausting weeks of that, I was ready for something a little more sustainable. Because here's what I discovered. Referrals from my referral partners and clients for a free consultation or a free discovery session were not drawing enough interest. Sure, some folks absolutely wanted that free consult, and almost all of them converted. But a lot of folks knew that the discovery session was coach talk for a does it make sense to work together meeting. And they weren't sold on working with a coach yet, not to mention working with me. But when I created a soft landing strategy for referrals, things really took off. Hey coach, I'm Ronnie Noyes and I share smart ideas for new coaches. In an earlier video, I explained how I use my professional credibility triangle of strategic networking, consistent speaking, and referral partnerships to build my business. In this video, I will explain how to jumpstart your credibility, visibility, and referral with the speaking portion of that strategy. And if you're an introvert like me, you are going to love this. Let's get right to it. My soft landing strategy is simply a monthly educational event that my clients and referral partners were excited to invite people to. And here's what happened. Prospects showed up, already halfway pre-sold, ready to enroll without me ever doing a sales call because they felt safe saying yes in that meeting. Boom. Today, I'm going to show you exactly how this strategy worked, how you can adapt it to your coaching niche, and why it's so much more effective than traditional referral programs. So let's start with the problem. You've probably already heard that referrals are the best source of new clients, and that's 100% true. Referred clients have a higher lifetime value, they're 4 times more likely to buy, and 92% of people trust recommendations from someone they know. But here's the thing. Even when your clients love you, they often don't refer. Why? First, you probably haven't asked, but even when you do ask, they don't know how to refer because you haven't made it simple or easy. Second, sometimes they think of you as their secret weapon and worry that sharing you might somehow affect their privacy or dilute the attention they get from you. And third, a lot of people just feel weird about personal referrals. They don't want to put their friend on the spot by saying, here's my coach's number, call her for a sales consultation. That feels like they're volunteering their friends for a sales pitch. And here's the biggest barrier. When someone refers a friend to you, that friend usually has to book a private consultation, a discovery call, and a lot of prospects don't like that because they know it's a sales call and they worry about being pressured to buy. They'd much rather check you out in a lower stakes environment first, and I get that. Because this is the same problem that keeps the folks your referral partners send you from ever getting in touch. Now, I'm not saying regular referral programs don't work for coaches. I ran a bunch of referral programs over the years. I did ask campaigns, referral cards, bounce back, and they all work. But there was always this underlying friction with those types of programs, like I was bribing people to shill for me. That felt a little weird and awkward for everyone involved. But my soft landing strategy worked really well consistently. My clients, my referral partners, and I felt great about it. So let's break it down so that you can use it for your business. Instead of asking clients to send people directly to me for a free consultation discovery call, I created something better. What I think of a soft place for referrals to land. It was, as I already mentioned, a free recurring educational event focused on the biggest problem my market faced. The reason people came to me for help in the first place. So for me, in my first 5 years, it was how to create a killer elevator speech. In the later years, I switched to how to stop worrying about marketing. My clients and referral partners could invite their friends, colleagues, or anyone they thought who could benefit from these events. It wasn't a sales pitch. It was genuinely educational and valuable. And because it happened monthly, people always knew when the next one was. My clients and referral partners could easily say, you should go to her free workshop about marketing. It's the third Thursday of every month. This gave referred prospects a way to check out my style, my information, my programs without the pressure of a one-on-one consultation. And here's what I learned in the process. People who were referred by someone they trusted often showed up ready to buy because that referrer had already given me their stamp of approval. Okay, so what do you actually cover in this event? Here's the framework I use, and you can adapt this to any coaching niche. First, Define the big problem that your market struggles with. Define it clearly. For my elevator speech classes, it was how do you answer the question, what do you do without boring people? And so they want to know more and continue the conversation. Later, with my stop worrying about marketing classes, it was you're worried about marketing, you don't know what to do, you're afraid you're wasting time and money. You want to make sure everyone in the room gets this, thinks, yes, that's exactly what I'm dealing with. Second, explain why people struggle with this problem. What makes it so hard? What's confusing about it? This builds empathy and show you really understand what they're going through. Third, talk about the consequences of not solving the problem. What happens if they keep struggling, if they don't solve it? Not to scare them, but to help them understand why finding and implementing the right solution matters. How life will be different, better once they get a handle on this issue. Fourth, and this is key, show them how to solve the problem. Now, before you freak out and wonder why they would work with you if you showed them the solution, relax for a sec. And remember that anybody can find these answers with a quick online search. What you offer as a coach is a process for applying those strategies and those solutions to their situation. In other words, if they could solve this problem themselves, they wouldn't be there to hear what you have to say about it. They're wondering if they like you, if they can trust you to help them get what they want, and if you seem to know what you're talking about, okay? I like to present the solution in 3 standard pathways. Pathway 1, pay someone to do it for you. Outsource the whole dang thing. I've mentioned what that costs in time, energy, and money. For most home-based or very small businesses, which was my target market, it was simply not an option. Pathway 2, learn how to do it yourself. This is for people who have the time and want to develop the skills and are willing to put in the work. More people liked this option than I expected, so I created groups to walk through the process in workshops and classes, and you can too. This can also be an affordable option for those of your clients who are on a tight budget. Pathways 3, do it with help and guidance from an expert. This is where your private coaching comes in. Then I'd walk through what it looks like to be on the path from struggling with this problem to problem solve, the steps, the milestones, what success looks like. Now, here's what's important. You won't be talking about marketing like I did. I was a marketing coach, so that was my topic. You will be talking about whatever challenge your clients struggle with the most. Let me give you a few more examples to spark your thinking. Health coaches, the 3 pillars of effortless health, how to sleep better without medication, how to have energy all day without caffeine. I don't know, I'm not a health coach, you tell me. What about career coaches? How to get hired over 50, the interview formula that gets offers, how to negotiate your salary like a pro. Again, you know better than I do. Business coaches, how to price your services for profit, how to scale without burning out, and when to hire a business coach. Now, you may think this when to hire a business coach thing is very self-serving, but I got to tell you, it worked for me. Life coaches, how to make decisions without second-guessing yourself, or how to set boundaries that actually stick, or how to stop feeling overwhelmed. I don't know, you tell me. Relationship coaches, how to communicate when you're both exhausted, how to reconnect after having kids, or how to find love over 50. Again, you know better than I do. These aren't actual titles, just examples so you get the idea. Pick the biggest, most painful problem that your ideal clients face and show them how to solve it. But you're not solving the problem in the event. Does that make sense? You're presenting clarity around the issue, the consequences of not dealing with it, and specific strategies for solving it, a roadmap, if you will. The format I shared is the model to use. The topic is up to you. Basically, it's whatever the top issue is on your prospects' minds that you can help them solve, because solving that problem is very likely what your coaching packages are all about, right? Okay, so here's how the sales part worked, and it didn't feel salesy at all. About 2/3 of the way into the event, after I'd given all this valuable education, I'd talk about how to apply this information to their situation and present my best recommendation for solving the problem we'd been discussing. Here's what's important. I didn't present 3 options because that makes it too hard to choose. I presented one clear path forward, which was to work with me, and gave 2 options, group or private coaching. Now, I might say, for most of you in this room, what I recommend is my 6-month group program because you need accountability, community, and a proven system. Here's what that includes and what you'll achieve, and here's how to enroll. Then I'd briefly explain when private coaching made more sense, usually for people with very specific complex situations and a shorter, more urgent timeline. And here's the key: I'd have a QR code they could scan right there to sign up on the spot. Remember, prospects who were referred by someone they trust are often ready to buy in that moment when they're excited about the possibilities. They see a clear path forward and they've experienced your expertise firsthand. This event actually replaced 90% of free consultations for me. My experience was that people were ready to enroll at the event, and setting up a separate consultation could actually suppress enrollment because it deferred their decision, and so they started wondering about other options. I know this because they would come back to my event months later and would enroll then and tell me that long story. The point is that the momentum and the excitement are in the room right then, so don't blunt it with unnecessary delays or putting up unnecessary roadblocks. Help them get what they want. Quick story. In the early days of doing this monthly strategy, one time only one person showed up. She'd been referred by someone I didn't even know. How weird is that? And she ended up not only joining my mastermind group program, but also buying my big package. What's especially lucky about this situation is that I was expecting two other people at the meeting. So instead of downshifting to a one-on-one with this gal, I just went through the program as I'd planned in case those other two folks showed up a little late. They never came, but when I got to the end, she wanted to buy it all. We worked together for 3 years until she sold her business for high six figures. The moral of the story: don't worry about low enrollment. Focus on the people who do show up, because this strategy works at any scale. Now, what about virtual? One good thing about virtual events is that they remove the location barrier, but they can be harder to fill because people don't always take free virtual events as seriously as they do on-site events. That could be because the whole world went virtual in 2020, and many of us are more than ready to get together in person these days. Okay, I know this is a lot. So here's what I want you to take away from this video. Your clients and your referral partners want to refer. They really do. They just need an easy, pressure-free way to do it. When you create a recurring free event that genuinely helps people, you give your clients and referral partners something specific to direct people to. You give referred prospects a soft landing, a way to experience your expertise without the pressure of a sales call. And you create a natural path to enrollment for the people who are ready. This strategy worked for me for over 2 decades. My Stop Worrying About Marketing events ran for years and consistently brought in high-quality clients who were pre-sold and ready to invest. You don't need a fancy referral program. You don't need to incentivize people. You just need to create something valuable and educational that your clients are proud to share. If this was helpful, leave a comment and tell me, what topic would you choose for your event? I'd love to hear your ideas. And if you're a new coach looking for more strategies like this, practical, proven, no fluff advice, subscribe to this channel. I spent over 25 years building a successful coaching practice, and I'm sharing everything I learned so you can skip the trial and error phase and build your practice faster. Thanks for watching, Coach. I'm Ronnie Noyes, reminding you that today is a great day to be a coach.